Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. This time, Six Samurai. Please bear with me as I'm still kind of working out the kinks in my setup. Um, I kind of like the way it is right now, besides the shadows. I'm going to figure out a way to eliminate that. But yeah, let's get into it in the meantime. Six Sam is definitely one of my favorite decks. I played this when I was a kid, for sure. This is like one of the this and like Elemental Heroes are the only two decks I played when I was a kid, and now I get to show it at its full power. So let's get started. So we got Secret Six Samurai Fuma. That's one of your tuners. Level one. You have three Tactical Trainer. Now this is part of the new support, and it's really great because it can special summon for free, and it's a tuner level two. So it says the only downside is it's a once per turn, but I guess that's what happens when you get modern cards for a tier for I guess most modern cards get the once per turn these days, right? Anyway, um, it says you can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If this card is sent from the field to the grave, you could add a six strike card, which there are two decent choices from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And then a six Sam that was synchroed using this card. Against this effect, monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack rate. That's not that important. But searching the six strike card is important. So very essential support. Then you have the Anarchist Monk, which is another three of. Because you want to see these cards, right, in your opening hand. You want to really make sure you see these cards in your opening hand to play through hand traps, to extend, and because these are tuners. This is a level 3 tuner. If you control a 6 Sam, you can special summon this from your hand once per turn. And then if this is sent from the field to the grave, add one 6 Sam quick play spell from your deck to your hand. And then the levels of your opponent's monsters are reduced by one, which is not that important. But the quick play spell could be asceticism. Let's see what else we have there, but it's just ways to extend. So another great card. Then you have Shinai and Mizuho. These kind of work together. If you control Mizuho, you could special summon Shinai. If you control Mizuho, you could special. If you control Shinai, you could special Mizuho. So they just kind of work hand in hand. And this says if this card is tributed, select a 6 Sam in your grave and add it to your hand. But you can't add like two copies of itself. And this says once per turn you contribute another monster to select and destroy one card on the field. So there's kind of a loop that happens when you have two Shinais, because they can kind of just add the Mizuho. I'm sorry, they could add the other Shinai back to the hand. Well, actually, this does. Okay, anyway, there is a loop that exists with two Shinai and one Mizuho. I'm not the expert on these loops, but if I learn it, I will try and show it to you guys. It's basically two Shinai, one Mizuho, and then you kind of like build counters and counters and counters, and then you could add any six Sam cards you need from your deck or your graveyard to your hand. Anyway, moving on. Hatsumi. This is another essential card, only because if you banish two six Sam from your grave or face up field, then you could target one six Sam in your graveyard and special summon it. So it's very very powerful. You can only use it once per turn, and this also has a destruction protection for your monsters. Then you have Kageki, the best normal summon of the deck. When this is normal summon, you can special summon a level 4 or lower 6 Sam from your hand. Okay. Then you have Kizaru. This is a good special summon from the deck, and in Master Duel you can use I sold to grab this. But in the regular version, you're either gonna have to dump this in the grave and get Hatsume to bring this, and then you could special summon another one. Or there's a few more methods which I'll show you to special summon Kizaru. Then you have legendary secret. This basically says when you normal special summon a secret 6 samurai, you can special summon this from your hand. And then you could banish one to get attack and defense. This doesn't really matter. It's just another special summon. Kizan is the one card that kind of just loops because it just basically says if you control a face-up 6 Sam with a different name, you could special summon this from your hand. So you just kind of keep looping these cards from, field, link them off, grave, gateway adds it back, then you special summon again. So it's like infinite link material. Then you have Grandmaster, which is also kind of infinite link material because I hope you guys can see these cards. You can only control one face up Grandmaster, that's why we only run one. You can special summon this from your hand while you control a face up 6 Sam. So you could just kind of like infinitely resummon this card as well. Then you have Shien's Dojo. It's basically one way to get counters for your effects on Gateway. And it says each time a 6 Sam is normal special summon, place one Bushido counter on this card. You can send this to the grave, special summon a 6 Sam or Shien effect monster from your main deck whose level is less than or equal to the number of Bushido. And there's no once per turn clause on this, so you could use all three on the same turn. So very, very, very helpful. Then you have asceticism. Now, this is good. You just kind of have to like understand the targets. So this says special summon a 6 Sam from your deck with a different name but equal attack. So we could take a look at that. Then you have Gateway. Fortunately, this is at 1 by the ban list because 6 Sam is too crazy. Each time a 6 Sam is normal special summon, place 2 Bushido counters on this card. You can remove Bushido's counters from your side to activate these effects. 2 counters is not what we're after. 4, you can add a 6 Sam from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And then 6, you could target a Shien in your grave and special summon it. Shien's Smoke Signal is your searcher. And if I wasn't clear, Gateway is not a once per turn, so you can just keep spamming its effects if you have the required number of Bushido counters. Now, getting into the other cards you could run, so this is kind of like getting into the tech cards, but let's get into the essential cards. So, Cunning of 6 Sam is a quick play that you could search off of your anarchist monk because it searches quick plays. So you could search this card, and this says send one face up 6 Sam you control, then target a 6 Sam in either grave, special summon it. I mean, so basically this is a way to recycle your tuners because your tuners are the hardest cards to get back. So this is a way to recycle your tuners. 6 strike double assault. So one of these effects is special summon a 6 Sam with 2000 or less attack from your hand or graveyard. So this is another way to revive one of your tuner monsters. And I keep saying tuners. Why? I'll get into that with the extra deck. The secondary effect is change a monster your opponent controls with 2000 or less attack to face down defense. So it's kind of like a disruption. I mean, changing one card face down isn't like going to make or break the opponent, but it's better than nothing, right? Anyway, The other card you could search out from. Oh, by the way, so the six strike cards are what? Um, Geez, I forgot his name already. Tactical Trainer searches out, right? Tactical Trainer searches out the six strike cards. Although Anarchist Monk can search out the quick play six strike double assault as well, right? Because this is a quick play. So the other one you could search out. I mean, I don't know anyone running this trap card, but I think it's good. So basically, if you control three or more 6 SAM synchro monsters with different names, for every six Bushido counters you control, reduces the number by one. So you could potentially just control two synchros. But in my perfect end board, I would have three different ones. I'll get into that in a minute as well. And then it says if you control three or more, destroy all cards your opponent controls. I think that's solid. I think that's a solid disruption. Um, if this set card and its owner's control is destroyed or banished by opponent's activated effect, you could special summon a 6 Samurai or Shien from your deck or extra deck. So if they remove this card because they're expecting the board wipe, you can get another Synchro onto your field to disrupt the opponent. So I think this card is good, man. It's not like I'm running. I mean, it kind of is pure six Sam. I believe this was 30 something cards. Let me just double check. One, two, three. It's 31. I could be wrong. It's 31 for the core of the deck. So tech cards, right? I have my binder of tech cards, which I'll show you in a second. But some cards to consider: DDR. So discard a card, select one of your removed from play monsters, which is like banished monsters, special summon it and attack, and equip it with this. When this card is removed from the field, destroy the equipped monster. So the reason why you consider this card is because um, if you're using Hatsume and Hatsume banishes six Sams from your grave, and if you open this card, you could basically, so if you banish like a tuner, this is, and if you have this in your hand, obviously, then you could bring that tuner back. It's an idea. An alternative, I mean, I have it in my binder, which I'll show you, is Monster Reborn. Because basically this deck just wants to spam out monsters like there isn't going to be a turn 3 with your 6 Sam decks, or if there is, you're just pushing for game, right? So cards like Monster Reborn, DDR. There might be another equipped spell, maybe the floor. They like the it's the Baron, the Baron de Fleur equip card. I forget what it's called, but I think you can special summon a level 2 or lower from your graveyard, which could be your Fuma, or even your level 2 anarchist monk. Am I wrong with that? No, your tactical trainer. So that's something else to consider in terms of tech cards. So these other cards, Shen Squire is just something you used to run, so you could have, because this is an Earth tuner. This is an Earth level 1 tuner. You could basically make Naturia monsters with this, the ones that negate spells and traps like infinitely. But I don't run that in my extra deck anymore, so I just had it in here. But if you like Naturia monsters, you could run this. Otherwise, in terms of asceticism targets, so Iroh doesn't have any good effects. I'm just gonna make that clear, and neither does Zanji. Um, but they have 1700 and 1800 attack. So if you look at your other monsters for asceticism, and with asceticism, you need the same attack but a different name, right? So let me just go through this really quick. So you got Grandmaster with 21, Kizan is an 18, so that pairs up with Zanji. So these kind of pair up together. Legendary Secret is 500. So far, there's no matches with that. Kizaru is 1900. There's no matches with that. Kageki is 200. I thought I saw a 200 somewhere. I could be wrong. Nope. You guys can see all these? Okay. So, Hatsume is 1600. I'm running out of space over here. Okay. There's no matches here for 1600. So, Shinai and Mizuho special summon with each other, but Hatsume and Mizuho are 1600, so that's something to keep in mind. Was there a 1500? No. So I'll move this to the side. 500 is Anarchist, which matches up with Legendary Secret. Then you have Tactical Trainer, and this is obviously on purpose, right? And then you have Kageki and Tactical Trainer that match up. Fuma matches up with... Wasn't there 200? I think it was... oh no, none of them. Okay. So this is by itself as well. So the asceticism targets are Kizan with Zanji, Tactical Trainer with Kageki, which this is a good combo because these are some of the best cards in the deck. Hatsume and Mizuho, Anarchist and Legendary Secret, and there are other 6 SAM cards that you could test out. I don't have all of them, but it's worth looking into, so you could get some asceticism combos going. Just something to think about. Right, let me clear this off. It's a mess. Let me push this to the side. Okay. Anyway. That's better. Okay. Back in business. So, tech cards. I wonder if I could show this without knocking over the whole setup. But basically, we have your standard hand traps. So, I think there's 2 ways to do tech cards with 6 SAM. So, you could go hand trap focused, which is generally the most standard way to play. Run some Veilers, run some Imperms, some Ash Blossoms, or you could run going second cards for the rounds where you expect to go second, like your Lightning Storms, Triple Tactics, Forbidden Droplets. Super Poly is not really applicable here because your extra deck is maxed out. Ghost Mourners, Cosmic Cyclones, Raigekis, Dark Rulers, Book of Eclipse, and then you could also run the cross out with hand traps. That's another way to go about it. Something I was considering, because like I said, there's 31 cards in the main deck. So how many hand traps are you really running? Maybe 9 hand traps. And in these days, I mean, you could go that way and hope for the best, right? Or you could just, like, if you expect to go first, I mean, you gotta win the dice roll, I guess, right? But if you expect to go first, run some Solemn Judgments. There's other trap cards you can run, such as Book of Moon, Book of Eclipse, sure, but also Paleozoics. Like, you could run maybe like 6 is a lot, like 3 to 5 traps. That's still a lot. Like 3 traps. Like 3 traps and then like 6 other tech cards, or hand traps. Just something, like, if you're going first, something to consider, because if you're running 6 to 9 hand traps, you're really not going to see them. Maybe you'll see 1 if you're lucky, but 1 hand trap is not enough to stop meta decks these days. You need 2, sometimes 3 hand traps. You know, at their choke points. Anyway, moving on. I think I knocked my whole setup over. Okay. Okay. Into the extra deck. So this is really my favorite part. I am missing a card here which I ordered, which is Dugaris. Dugaris is very essential. That's another way you could loop tuners in your graveyard. And I want to show you right now why tuners are important. So I would run one Shien because this can help search nothing. Once per turn, you can detach to target. Yeah, this doesn't do anything. This just dumps cards into your graveyard. So very non-essential. I said okay, so replace this with Dugaris. Wow, I really thought this searched, but this doesn't search. Wow. Okay. Anyway, um, I guess it's a way to get your it's a way to get another 6 Sam on the field, and then one of your Kizans to the graveyard. So there is that value, but yeah, wow, I thought this search, jeez, it's terrible. Anyway, you got your old Shiens, which are the spell and trap negates, and you could run 2 of them because they're soft once per turns, right? So you got those 2. Then you have the new legendary Lord. This is, if this card is synchro, this surges. You can add 1/6 Sam or Shien effect monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. That's once per turn. Once per turn, which is the soft once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can negate it, and if you destroy it. If this card would be destroyed by battle of the card effect, you can destroy a monster you control instead. And this is a level 6, so this pairs well with the new level 3 and level 2 tuners. So you have a Kageki and an anarchist monk, or what was the first one called? Tactical trainer and a Kizan, and you have this. So the newest one, legendary Lord Kizan. So this is also level 6. 6 Sams gain 600 defense during the battle phase. Okay, so this is once per turn during your opponent's main phase. Quick effect. You can banish a 6 strike from your grave, then target a card on the field, destroy it. If you control 2 or more 6 Sams, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. So this, I guess, gives you a little going second power. I mean, like, this isn't, I mean, I'm running this at 2. This isn't super essential, but I'll show you the end field that I'm going for with this deck. I'd rather run this card because, they gave us these cards. They're not super terrible. Then you have Legendary Lord Inishi. So, gives you attack and defense. And then, if this card is synchroed, you could banish any number of 6 Sams from your grave, then target that many monsters your opponents control, return them to the hand. So this targets. If this card is sent to the grave, you can special summon one of your banished 6 Sams. Okay, so you banish something you want to special summon, then you remove this. Then you remove this card. So it's a going second option. It's not too bad, but yeah, I wouldn't run 2 of those. Then you got the main man of the deck, Battle Shogun. We get you all your counters. Each time a 6 Sam is normal special summoned to a zone this card points to, place 1 Bushido counter on this card. So I'm running 3 of those. I think you only really need 2, but I'm not an expert on the 6 Sam combos at this time. I'll get into it. And the other ways, I mean, this is just a tech card. You should really run Little Knight. Anyway, Saryuja and Dugaris. These are your keys. If you can get to them, so basically when you have 4 cards, link summoning into Saryuja. You could draw 4 cards, then place 3 cards. That's another way to get into um, any cards you're missing for your combo, and not only that, you could special summon um, if you have linked this off with at least 3 cards, you can still summon 1 monster from your hand. So you bring back one of your tuners that you need, and then you special summon it back, and then you can make another synchro. So in terms of the ideal end board, so how many extra deck monsters are we talking about? So let's say we just count this, just because of the utility of having 2 Kizans on the board, and then this being another 6 Sam name. So let's say 1, count the Dugaris is 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14. Like the last card could be like an Underworld Goddess, an Axis Code Talker, like just something to help you in those going second games or grindy games. But let me just show you what I don't have the combo for it yet, so I can't really claim that I know what the combo will be. But my ideal end board, maybe someone in the comments could help me get to it. My ideal end board would be one Shien. Like, hopefully they don't have a triple tactics talent somewhere hidden. I don't know where the best. Like, you don't want to put this in the link zone, right? One of the monster negate Shiens, and this can give you a pop. So you have a level 6 synchro, a level 6 synchro, and a level 5 synchro, and then you have a spell and trap negate, monster negate. Is this a monster pop or is this a pop anything? Target 1 card in the field. So this is pop anything. Monster negate, spell and trap negate. Ideally, another spell or a trap negate, but how are you gonna get 4 synchros out, right? With the cards that I mentioned. So with the let me just show you. Theory wise, right? Like theory wise, or these are just the monsters. I don't think I really need to do this right now, but okay, this cord doesn't want to work with me. Okay. Okay. So the ways you could extend your combos, right? Okay. So yeah, let's say we have gateway here. So in terms of oh, I didn't even show you. So your tuners, right? So you got Shien Squire, which is a level 1. You have Hatsume is another way, by the way. So let's keep that here. I'm going all over the place. Shien Squire is not what I'm going for. It's Fuma, Anarchist Monk, Tactical Trainer, right? So, just just take a look at this. So this is my ideal end board, right? Like the trap, the trap set, the trap set. You got three synchros. Can you do more than three synchros? Let's just take a look really quick. Theory wise, right? So you got your like I said, I don't know how to do these combos that well, but I'm just theory crafting with you guys right now. So um, depending on what you, so this is Shien's dojo is not searchable. So we're gonna put this down. That this is a way to special summon. Special summon? Yeah, from your main deck, but this is not searchable besides Battle Shogun, and you're going to use Battle Shogun to get Gateway. So let's not really talk about that card. Let's talk about the searchable cards. So Hatsume is one of them, right? If you can get this on the field, right, either through Saryuja or Dugaris, if this is in the graveyard, then this is a way you can target a 6 Sam in your grave, special summon it. So that could be your level 1 tuner, your level 2, or your level 3 to make these guys, right? Just, okay? And, if you have Kizan on the field, which is the easiest one to bring back, that's already Shien, right? So Shien and Fuma make, Kizan and Fuma make Shien, right? Easy. Hatsume is a level 3. So this, either with Tactical Trainer, could make your Shien, or 3 and your anarchist monk could make, and this is probably what you want to make first, because this could search either your cunning or your double assault, right? So make that first, and then in addition to that, when you synchro off using these tuners, they search one of these cards as well, right? So if you're able to recycle your tuners, which are these, to make the other synchro, which could be a Kizan, it could be another monster negate Shien. So you see how we're going here. Like the basic idea. I mean, like I said, I don't know the combos that well yet, but I'm gonna learn them. And hopefully, I can show it to you later on. But that's really how we would end up with this end board. And is it the best end board ever? No. No. I mean, most decks with 6 cards in their hand. I mean, ideally, they hand trapped you 2, and they're left with only 4 cards or 5 cards, and then all you got to do is pop 1, and then use like a monster and spell trap negate, and the game is done. So that's in an ideal world. I mean, obviously you would love to have a setup like this, right? Like, 2 monster negates, 2 spell trap negates, and a pop 1. But can you do that every turn, every game? I don't really know. I think something like this, where you get 3 synchros on the field, is more realistic in a modern game playing state. So it's just something to think about. This video ran really long, but I really enjoy this deck, and I hope to practice some combos with this. Let me know what you guys think about the deck profile and how you would play this deck. Let me know if you guys think I'm tripping with how I set up this end board. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next video. Take care.